Hey y'all, Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV, back to bringing news and commentary you can use. Listen y'all, I'm just going to jump straight into this one. A very concerning story coming out of the Middle East. You all know I told you that I don't really necessarily focus on what's happening there, but every now and then there are certain headlines that would catch my attention and I'll tune in and say, okay, let me see what's going on here. Listen y'all, there are reports that U.S. troops are wounded, okay? By what's being called an Iranian-backed militant attack in Iraq. Okay, so right away I'm wondering what's going on. First of all, I pray for our servicemen and women who are away from their families, giving their, service, making sacrifices to defend, protect our country, and this is happening. So let's see what's going on, y'all. And it's just very concerning. Listen, okay, according to my sources, they're saying Iranian-backed militants, okay, attacked U.S. and Iraqi troops Saturday at a base in western Iraq with ballistic missiles and rockets, y'all. And some American service members, is being reported that they are being evaluated for traumatic brain injuries. Okay, this is according to U.S. officials. Now, the attack with ballistic missiles on the Al-Assad base represents an escalation of the dozens of attacks mounted by the militants since Israel's invasion of Gaza. Okay, this is a very concerning story, y'all. I want to know your thoughts. I'm asking the question, okay? Are we at, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I did a poll here on the channel. And at the time of this video, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me check it. I did a poll on the channel. And I asked the question, were we in, y'all can figure out what I said, right? And most of you said yes. Let me, I'm going to check the poll in just a minute, y'all. Hold on, let me log in. I have it right here in front of me. Let me check. But, this is very concerning. The question that I have is, why is this happening? What's really going on? Who's responsible? Now, if you all remember, okay, I don't know if you all remember. For some reason, I may be typing in something wrong. I don't want to prolong the time, but the majority of you so far on the poll said that yes, you believe that we were. Then a certain percentage said no, and then some of you all even said that you were unsure. Okay, hearing this information, knowing before I explain that, let me say this, y'all. If you do a little research back a few years ago, you'll see that these people in the particular countries that I just named, many of them have not been happy with the U.S. for quite some time now, particularly if you do your research. Some of you may say it goes back even further, Andrea, but even more recently, right, within the past few years, if you look back to where someone from that particular era, I can't remember the individual's name, but they lost their life, one of the top officials or top generals, I believe, and those people were not happy in that particular area. They felt like, for whatever reason, that person's life was lost unjustly, maybe in their eyes. And so, they have not been happy about that for quite some time, even, making reports of, this or that or whatever. But what I'm saying is, here we are now. It's January 20th, 2024. And the fact that this is happening, okay, concerning our military servicemen and women, this is very concerning. And it has me asking even more, are we at, okay, y'all know what I said, right? Now listen, okay? The attack with ballistic missiles on the Al-Assad base represents an escalation of the dozens of attacks mounted by the militants since Israel's invasion of Gaza until Saturday. Most of the attacks have been relatively minor, okay? Relatively minor, according to reports, and involve drones and rockets in Iraq and Syria. Ballistic missiles can carry heavier explosive loads, they're saying, okay? Biden administration has sought to contain the fighting to Gaza, but has increasingly been drawn into what they're referring to as skirmishes with Iranian-backed militants across the Middle East. Okay, in Yemen, the Pentagon on Saturday mounted its sixth attack on the Houthi militants to destroy what U.S. Central Command said was an anti-ship missile that was poised for launch into shipping lanes in the Red Sea. You all know I did some videos where I talked about how some of the couriers, okay, the shipping container companies were actually having to change up their routes because of all of this, the rising tensions that were happening in this particular area. Okay, so now that you have this going on, allegedly, it seemed like it adds another dimension to it, and it has me asking the question even more: are we at? Okay, let me know your thoughts. Even if you answer the poll, okay, if you answer the poll and you said no or you were not sure, does this particular story that I'm reporting on now, okay, the fact that it's being reported that U.S. troops have been wounded by Iranian-backed militant, I'm sorry, let me repeat that. Does this change your opinion? Okay, if you answered the poll on the channel and you said that you did not think so, that we were in, that had started, does this story, okay, reports that U.S. troops have been wounded by Iranian-backed militant attack in Iraq, does that change your stance on the fact whether or not that we're at? Okay, let me know your thoughts on that as well. Militants launched, according to my reports, militants launched Saturday's attack on al-Assad with what is being described as, and I quote, multiple ballistic missiles and rockets, according to a statement by U.S. Central Command. Most of the missiles were intercepted while others struck the base. Okay, two U.S. troops is being reported sustained minor injuries in the attack, according to a defense official who was not authorized to speak publicly. The number of troops wounded will fluctuate, according to sources, as service members report symptoms in the coming days. The missiles did not cause serious damage to the base used by U.S. and Iraqi troops to counter what they're saying is ISIS militants. Okay. Iranian-backed militias have launched 130 attacks against the U.S. and coalition troops in Iraq and Syria since October, according to the Pentagon. And in January 2020, Iranians fired 13 ballistic missiles at al-Assad, and more than 100 troops has suffered traumatic brain injuries. Okay, this is hard to report on. You know, like I said, these are servicemen, men and women. They have families. They have loved ones who care about them. They have people all across this country who are praying for them, who salute them and thank them for their sacrifice and service to the country. The fact that this is happening, what is the cause of this? Is this something that should even, why are the things that are going on over there, why are they even going on? It's very concerning. Again, it has me wondering what's really going on. Are we now at, okay, has this been announced? It's just very concerning. Okay, so let me know your thoughts on this. Again, I pray for the servicemen and women. I pray for the servicemen and women who are over in this area and many other areas, whether it's in our country or abroad. I pray that they be well. What is the real solution in all of this, y'all? Does there have to be fighting? Does there have to be going on now, if that's what is truly going on? And, you know, there's a song that says war is not the answer. Okay, listen, I try not to say it, y'all. I said it anyway. Okay, Marvin Gaye said that, right? In the song, What's Going On? It's not the answer. What is the solution in all of this saying? Okay, let me know your thoughts. Take care, be blessed. Stay tuned for more news and commentary you can